Don't be afraid to trace something to understand it. I don't mean like just trace it and then like do your drawing over it. I mean, if it's your own picture, go crazy. Like if you want to do that, you can. Like honestly, there's really no rules. The only time it's like not okay is if like it's like an artist and like it's like their own piece and then you're like drawing over it and then pretending like it's your work. That's whenever it's a little bit like it's, you know, it's all about integrity, Jesus. So you know, it's just respect. It's like kind of like an etiquette thing. Of course, if you're doing studies over an artist's like art, like look, let's pull up a random one. Like maybe there's somebody who draws hair a certain way and you really like it. So I'm gonna pull up one and then so this art is by, to put their handle on top. Oh my god, my handwriting's so ugly. I'm so okay, that's their at. So like for example, if you're doing like a little like study of somebody's art style because you just really like the way they do hair, that's totally fine. Like don't be discouraged, don't feel like guilty about it, as long as you're not like posting it as your own. Like for example here, like you want to break it down, you want to understand like, okay, well, how do they do their hair, right? Well, I'm noticing that they have a lot of like sharp edges. Like these are the shapes that they kind of go. Like we're just looking at the big chunks. You don't worry about like these. You don't worry about them yet. You're looking at it like, okay, that's how they do it. Like, you know, like this is the shape that they do. You see? Very clean, very nice shapes that this artist uses. So let's like look at it without any of the details that distract us. You see, like these are the shapes that they use. Now, whenever you're doing like the study and whatnot, yes, the low poly method. Should we just call it that? Have you ever had a tracer taking your work? Yeah, a bunch of times. I usually don't care. There's one in particular that's been like traced to oblivion. Yeah, I don't really care, to be honest. It's just kind of like a respect thing, but me personally, like I don't like it, but I also I don't really care that much, I guess. Because a lot of these people are like pretty young artists, and you know, it's how it be with young artists. Like they're trying to understand things, which, you know, I think it's okay if they like trace stuff, like to learn and then eventually get the hang of it. The only time it's not okay is whenever they're like making their own, they trace your art and then they try to sell it like merch or something. That's whenever it's like, whoa, okay, stop this. You know, that's whenever I would have an issue. But if they're just doing it like for personal whatever, I don't really care. So you do go for the low poly method. I'm gonna actually start saying that. The low poly method, or the PS1 method. So we got the big shapes down. Now that you have like the essential information, which is like the big shapes, you can actually go ahead and like, you know, once you already drew the face and everything, that's whenever you can do like details and stuff like that. You see? You can do whatever, straight hairs. Notice how the artists like, they look like big strands that are like sticking out. They separate the hair into like larger divisions as opposed to like, you know, doing this, which a lot of artists do that. It's just a matter of like what kind of like art style you like.